that's what happens in coaching. It's a very gradual process. It seeps into you, and slowly you start being reflective. You think, and you listen better. Your relationships become better. You connect better. That's what the theme we have been talking about:
Yeah.
connecting and having more conversations, better conversations. So yeah, that's what I feel. I just want to kind of bring this all together. As we are ending of this conversation. So we talked about data. We've talked about AI, culture. We've talked about so many different things. And I'm coming to my favorite topic, which I am comfortable talking about, the mindset of coaching. And you both are coach, so that's a space I want to bring some thought on. So how does coaching, or where can coaching bridge, uh, not the gap really? How can it bring together this culture aspect, the data, the leadership, the people aspect of it, the connect? How do you work with that, building that mindset? Or where do you see it coming in and playing a role?
I think Mani, you both are much more seasoned than me on coaching. But with the limited, powerful impact and experience that I have had so far, I think I myself is an example of the way that I do today to some of my team members, to some of my senior colleagues, and people within the organization or outside the organization who come to me, especially within the organization.
Yeah.
They are able to clearly see that impact. Uh, how do you sort of not just say you do this, you do that, but
Mm,
rather you sort of ask them, powerful questions.
mm,
And the more you start in that style, I have realized that you become far more calmer than in a hurry to actually provide solutions. Mani,
mm,
not exaggerating, you come to my mind many times, that visualization of you become calmer. Through questions, you are sort of able to influence people.
mm,
I think, what to say, coaching has a tremendous effect that way. I mean, if I were to call it on a metaphor thing, I would say like this. In fact, I've used this in a couple of forums also within the organization, I'm saying. I bring this example of saying, let's just look at what do you call a large exhibition of paintings. And, people look at paintings and they talk about it. They talk, oh, how great painter and all that. And another person also brings in a painting. It's got great colors, great brush of, multicolors, and you really appreciate the painting. To me, coaching is someone who, I mean, or a boss who brings in another painting shouldn't be the case. Coaching is something like you actually bring in a digital canvas to the exhibition,
mm.
which means you can touch, you can play with it, you feel the visitor itself is empowered, it is able to interact with, and I think that's the power of coaching. And
Mm.
you will really, enjoy from behind as to how they themselves are making things happen, understanding your own potential, and you
Yeah.
start really playing with the digital canvas. I mean, that's the way that the power of coaching is.
Mm.
I only wish that more and more people bring in practice this coaching. It's in my view, it's not really caught up that way. It has to catch up a lot. It's a powerful, I would say, a disruptor, a full-blown disruptor, I would say,
Mm.
if people
Yeah.
can really implement it.
I like that. Interactive and engaging, those
Yeah,
those two things, and empowering in that sense, because it
very true.
allows you to experience and
Yeah,
become resourceful, as you say. Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was very nicely said, Mani, the way JK put it. You know, Personally, I think I have gained a lot with my coaching journey.
Mm.
Let's let's look at the core, the markers of ICF, which we can actually use every day. Again, I'm not going in the sequence, but let's talk about a few of those. It starts with how do we establish that agreement or the contract or the problem statement? Half of the times we are not sure of the solution because we don't know what problem are we really trying to solve.
Yeah.
Any coaching journey starts with that, establishing that. How we deploy active listening in our day-to-day work. How are we present? I think JK took this example of not jumping into solutioning. How can we be present? Just hearing out, just being there. How can we evoke awareness? Evoke awareness can be different for different instances. If you're talking about an employee relations issue, the awareness could be about the challenge and what is the probable solution. If you're talking about, let's say, culture, the awareness about could be about what is your culture and where is it taking you? Are there course corrections needed? Or we need to evolve? Have we stayed much behind the timeline? Those are the questions. If we come to HR analytics, that awareness could be that insight to impact that I'm talking about. So yes, that coaching journey, you don't have to do a coaching session every time. I think maybe this is a message for people who are going through the coaching journey and going through the set of markers that ICF provides. It's not about going through each one of those. It's about how do you take the essence out of it and drive it towards the result which is most benefiting for everyone.
Right.
But the mindset helps.
So I think it's like staying in that coach-like space, right? You don't have to coach all the time, but it's like that space where you are coach-like, and yeah.
And therefore, coaching is like what you call, HR becomes a space provider.
You both use those words, right? And they came from facilitator or, in a way, your partner. I think those are the words which kind of exemplify that. And I can say both of you, the way you've been listening to each other and, picking up those words, you're not noting down anything. I can't see. And that kind of listening, right? It's become embedded in both of you. So it's like a wonderful demonstration of all of that.
But one question back to you, Mani.
Sure.
On this aspect of coaching, what is it? One day somebody jumped into me and then said, "Boss, it's crisis. Don't ask me questions back." So, I got a little stumbled by that. I mean, I sort of later was reflecting. Am I overusing it? Am I balancing it? Am I being cruel to others? Because not that everybody would like that, but over a period of time, people come with solutions. Even in that crisis, I sort of believed that that person actually jumped up to me to say, "I brought 3 solutions."
Yeah.
But how did that happen? When I think, I feel good, because many a times, if you didn't ask, they may not even come with solutions.
True.
So crisis also, it helps, but if you can make the individual, that was my reflection, Mani. I am asking you this.
It's very similar to the culture part which you both spoke about, right? It doesn't happen overnight, but it's like you are constantly in that frame of mind. And I take objection to that word cruel, by the way. We'll talk about it separately. But But I think it's very similar. When you get into that frame of mind where you are, kind of making people think and reflect, initially there will be resistance because they're not used to it. Gradually they start thinking, and initially they think in front of you. Later they think before they come to you. So that there is further thinking built on that. So I think that's the process which works, right? So this person who came to you with crisis had already thought, and then he came to you about something. Right? In earlier case, probably someone would have come and said, "There is crisis. What do I do?" So that's a shift from that space. That's what happens in coaching. It's a very gradual process. It seeps into you, and slowly you start being reflective. You think, and you listen better. Your relationships become better. You connect better. That's what the theme we have been talking about: connecting and having more conversations, better conversations. So that's what I feel.
Thank you for that, Mani.
Yeah.
Well said, Mani. Good one. Yeah.
It's been amazing talking to both of you, and I still feel we have just scratched the surface, So, but Thank you so much, both of you, for taking out the time today and coming together and giving your insights. It was lovely having you both.
Thank you,
Thank
Mani.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Jake.
so much, Mani. Thank you so much, Suraj.